Over the years, the Children of Sumatra has helped hundreds of children receive cleft surgery. Indonesia has one of the highest rates of children with cleft deformities in the world. Poverty is widespread and so many families can't afford this simple operation. There are still thousands of children in need of help and new cases born every day. This is Junadi from Aceh and he is now 12 years old. He was actually in this hospital 7 years ago and he was too sick to have an operation due to malnutrition and just generally having bad health. But he lived with us for a whole month and we got him into a really good condition and he was ready to be operated on. But for some unknown reason his dad wouldn't let him get operated on and he went back to the village. For the last 7 years I've been going to his village to try and get him back here. But it's been impossible and the family have never allowed me to take him back for the operation. But this year we've got him. He's here and he's about to go into the operating theatre. He is just one of the 60 patients that will receive surgery over the next 10 days. This is Junadi, looking good 2 weeks after his operation. This kid for me was the biggest challenge ever. 7 years it took me to convince his family to have this operation, but 2 weeks ago he had his operation and today he's going to go home. Looking good and really, really happy. Ramadani's actually in the operating theatre at the moment. Ramadani's mum has travelled about 700 kilometres to get here, but they're from a really, really poor family and her husband is looking after the other 4 children and she's had to bring her youngest son with her as well. Sadly, her youngest son is now really ill, so we're getting the medicine while her 10-year-old daughter is in the operating theatre. So it's going to be pretty tough in about 2 hours from here because she's going to have 2 sick children to look after. Ramadani's operation was a great success. While Ramadani's mother takes care of her youngest child, our team takes care of Ramadani. This is Ramadani. She was operated on last week. Final operation and she's now ready to go home. We've got, from our children, we've got 3 children going in today. One of them's already inside and hoping he's a second. He's waited 12 years for this operation. Hopefully he's going to have his palate and his lip and his nose straightened in one operation. It's a long operation. He's going to be under most probably for about an hour and a half if they manage to do the whole operation, so I hope so. He's had his lip operated on, his nose operated on and his palate operated on in one hit. He was in surgery for about an hour and a half.
Because I could repair muscle very well, so it would be nice if he could get some speech therapy.
He should be able to go home in about 10 days, but if we can get him to stay here for a bit longer, hopefully we can improve his speech and he'll be a much happier lad. This is Harapanjaya here. This is a rehabilitation centre that we work with. We're partnership. We've been working with them for a few years. So basically the kids have their operations. I'm in a hospital that's about 10 kilometres down the road. They stay a couple of nights and then they come back here. And this centre is what makes our work so special.
Mama.
I mean, as you can see, there's just like so much for the kids to do. We have schools here. We have the most amazing aftercare centre where the kids are cared for and cleaned every day. So much time and care goes into these children. They teach the children how to speak again.
I'm Leon van Adegem. I'm plastic surgeon from the Netherlands, Rotterdam. We are here because we want to operate on children. There are a lot of children with burns here and children with cleft lip and palate. And unfortunately they cannot be operated here because some of them do not have enough money to be operated. And Sister Jeannette van Pasen from the Netherlands has set up Harapanjaya. And we come as a surgeon group with anesthetists and here to operate on those children. We are doing that 4 weeks every year.
The baby grow up.
Over the years, we've had volunteers from many different countries. Their help and support has been invaluable to the children of Sumatra. Keeping our costs down means that more children are able to benefit from our help. All these patients were with us last year, but sadly they weren't able to be operated on because they were all suffering from tuberculosis. This is Marles. He was operated on 2 weeks ago. He was in our care for a year because of the tuberculosis, and his family are really poor, and we just wanted to make sure he got the best care so he was able to be operated on this year. But as you can see, he's got a great smile and he's a healthy young boy. And you're going to go to school, huh? This is Risky. They're actually from the same village, these two, and he's been living with us for the last year because he was suffering from malnutrition and having lots of other problems as well as TB. And this is Risky as well. Risky actually failed for the last 2 years. He was diagnosed with TB 2 years ago, but then last year his lungs still weren't strong enough to be operated on. But today, in a minute, he is about to be taken to the hospital, and hopefully tomorrow he'll have his operation. While Marles starts his long journey home, Risky is taken into hospital for his chance of surgery. This is Risky. He's just come out of the operating theatre. He looked a lot happier yesterday when he was waving goodbye to us when he was about to come to the hospital in the car. As we said yesterday, he failed his operation 2 years in a row due to TB, but he's had a successful operation today. He might be crying, but he'll be happier in a couple of hours when he comes round. Risky is now peacefully sleeping back on the ward. His parents are so relieved that at last he was able to be operated on. This is Risky Sanaga. He failed his operation for 2 years in a row due to TB, and this year he eventually got his operation. He's going home now. He only lives around the corner, and he's able to go home today, and he can't wait to be back with his brothers and sisters. His palate is not yet operated on, but most probably in about two years. Umur berapa dia?
3 tahun.
3 tahun. 2 years' time he'll come back to us to have his final operation for his palate. This is Safia Udin. I first met him 7 years ago, and he was suffering from severe malnutrition. He was only a few weeks old, and his parents couldn't afford to buy him milk. We managed to get him to the hospital, we managed to get him tube fed, and saved his life. Well, now he's 7 years old, and he's just about to go home after having his final operation for his palate. He lives in a very remote village in the outskirts of Banda Aceh, and I have to say they're both really excited to get out of here because they've been here for the last 2 weeks. It comes to the end of another very successful KEF mission for the children of Sumatra. Families are now starting to go home, overjoyed with their newfound smile. But none of this would ever be possible without your help.
Mari kita bergandeng tangan.